Alright, so we just got a vintage Rafael Fiziev performance and finish. He finished Manuel Torres in the main event in round two, in the main event of UFC Baku, just like half an hour ago. So I thought Torres was gonna win. I thought Torres was gonna win just because he has all the first round knockouts, he has all the finishes and stuff like that, right? And Fiziev, he's getting up there in age. He just lost to Hoofe a few months ago. I'm thinking, Torres probably might have his way with him. And I was wrong. I was incredibly wrong. It was a pick 'em fight. I was like, how's this a pick 'em fight? Like, I just thought Torres was like gonna beat him. And then he didn't. In the first round, Torres just he got taken down. He did Torres landed quite a few shots on Fiziev. Fiziev managed to get takedowns, however, he did get a couple like good right hands and jabs. At the end of round one, there was a massive like kind of right hand from Torres that wobbled him. I believe there was a right hand as well that not dropped, but like kind of stumbled Fiziev to the ground, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute here, this might be Torres' time to shine." And then round two happens, they start off, and literally within like 5 seconds, Fiziev just throws a spinning wheel kick, and even though Torres had his hand up to block it, it still got through and just dropped Torres, and it's like, and then Torres goes down as he's trying to stand back up. Fiziev just comes in with a massive like uppercut, gets Torres against the cage, and then just delivers like a big right hand and just completely drops Torres, and then ground the pound knocked him out. And it was like, what the heck was that? Vintage Rafael Fiziev performance. And I was surprised. I was like, as I said, like he was older and stuff like that, but he brought out that spinning wheel kick from the Brad Riddell fight. I think that's who it was. A few years back. But yeah, good for Fiziev. Great performance in his home country, in his home city of Baku in Azerbaijan. And yeah, like so who's next for Fiziev? I'd say do Fiziev versus Gamrot. That's a rematch that needs to happen because if you remember, that fight happened a few years ago. I think it was like 3 years ago. And that's the fight that Fiziev blew his knee out. When Fiziev blew his knee out mid fight and then didn't fight for like 2 years. So is it really a win from Gamrot? So they need to do that rematch. And because Gamrot's like ahead in the rankings, I think Gamrot's ranked number like 8 or something like that. And to even talk about the rankings, right? What is the point about these meta AI rankings if they're not even going to use them? On the broadcast, they were using the whatever the people that committee that Dana White always hates, the ones who rank it. They were using those rankings. They weren't even using the new meta rankings. I assume that they did not use them because when initially they came out during the week, they were a bit kind of iffy. It's like people were like, "Why is this changed and so much?" And it's like, because on those rankings, Fiziev isn't even ranked on the panel ranking, the media ranking. Fiziev's ranked number 11, Torres is ranked number 15, and in this AI one, Torres is 13, and Fiziev isn't even ranked. So it's like, what are we doing here? Like we've got this new AI thing, and it's like you're not even gonna use it. They didn't even use it. Like, what's the point in that? So that's just like typical UFC, I guess. But yeah, so do Fiziev versus Gamrot. Obviously, Gamrot, what was it? He won. I don't know. I think he won his last fight. I'm pretty sure he did. Do Gamrot Fiziev too. It's the fight to make. Fiziev should fight up the rankings after, especially after a performance like that. You're fighting Manuel Torres, who is, I believe, undefeated in the UFC. I think he is. Basically, had constant like first round finishes, big prospect coming up, and then Fiziev just does that to him, just takes him down in round one, and then just spinning wheel kicks him, finishes him in round two. Like if I thought Fiziev was gonna win, I thought it was gonna be maybe like a decision or maybe a late round stoppage, like 4 or 5, because obviously Torres hadn't gone that far in his UFC career. So having Fiziev do that, he should definitely fight up the rankings. Give him Gamrot, it makes sense. I just smacked my microphone, and yeah, it just makes sense. So they should do that fight. But yeah, great fight from Fiziev. Torres, I don't know, give him someone unranked, I guess, because I don't know, who would you give him? I don't know. I guess we'll need to see. But Torres had this massive black eye as well, like the swollen part where Fiziev punched him after the fight, and I was like, whoa, that was crazy damage. So yeah, anyway, yeah, good win from Fiziev. Excited to see what happens next. It is a bit annoying. The unks are like ruining these prospects. That's what I thought. Like, you have this prospect, this exciting prospect in Torres. He's knocking everyone out, and it's like, oh right, here's his big chance to get into the rankings like properly. And then just Fiziev, who's 33, we've seen him, and I don't hate Fiziev, I'm just kind of saying this. It's like, Fiziev's like been there, done that, you know, and then we have this new guy who's knocking everyone out, and then just gets beaten by old man Fiziev. Not old man, he's 33, I wouldn't exactly call that old, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, we're having a lot of that lately with the prospects. We'll get beaten by someone in the rankings who's been there for ages, so yeah. But wanted Torres to win because it's something fresh. You get fresh matchups indicated by, you know, me saying, you know, after Fiziev won, let's do Gamrot 2. It's like, you know, I want fresh things, you know what I mean? So, but if Fiziev can keep up knockout streaks, then I'm not going to complain. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps out. If you have an opinion about anything I said, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you later. Bye.